And we'll try this again. All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. For Isaac Brown, I'm Zach Austin. And about 7 minutes away until kickoff. Your team captains tonight for the Two Rivers Gators is going to be number 7, Riley Dunham. And for your Booneville Bearcats, number 51, that's going to be Mason Goers. Coming in to tonight's game, Two Rivers is 0-3. Number 46 team in 3A out of 46 teams. And your Booneville Bearcats are number 3 in Class 3A, and they are 3-0. Series, Bearcats lead the series 2-1. The lone loss was back in 2015, and that was a close game. Um, there was, I think, 28 or so players on the team that year. I think this year we have 29, and Two Rivers has 19. So not many players on both sides of the sideline. Looks like your Bearcats have won and has deferred till the second half. Two Rivers will receive. Your Bearcats will be defending the East goal and defending the junior high. The very last meeting was last year, September 20th. The Bearcats won 41 to nothing. That was the only shutout of the season last year. Um, the very first meeting was in 2014. Booneville won 49 to 12. Last week, the Booneville Bearcats beat the Mina Bearcats in the Battle of the Bearcats, 35 to 6, and that was the inaugural game for Mr. Pablo. He kicked a 35-yard PAT. I believe that's probably about the longest PAT attempt. After talking to some people, um, if it's not the longest, it's close as far as PATs go, as point after touchdown. Um, so, very good leg on the young man. He kicked 3 kicks inside the 5 and 4 or 5 inside the 10-yard line. So he's got a good leg. And then again, that's Pablo, a foreign exchange student from Spain. Um, Two Rivers, they did not play last week. They had an open date. They've played JC Westside the week before and lost, I think it was 40 to 6. And also played Quitman, and I did not write down who else they played. Anyways, they're averaging 11 points per game while giving up 46 points a game. Your Booneville Bearcats, they're averaging 36 points a game while only giving up 6 points a game. Excuse me. Um, as far as offense and defense, your Booneville Bearcats, they're averaging 400 yards a game. We've only had 1 turnover all year long. The defense has given up 134 yards a game for 2.5 turnovers a game. They forced 8 turnovers. There was 3 interceptions last week. 2 of them by Trace Hall. He returned 1 for a touchdown. And he's also got 8.5 tackles on the year. Your leading tackler for your Booneville Bearcats is Mason Gores. He has 11 tackles and 2 sacks, followed by Casey Matson and Cody Elliott. They both have 9 tackles each. Mason, uh, Casey Matson, excuse me, also has 1 interception on the year. Now, as far as your offensive leaders, let me get it right back up here. Brandon Ironman Ray is going to be your leading rusher for your Booneville Bearcats. He has. There we go. On the year, he has 41 carries for 334 yards and 6 touchdowns. Last week, he went over the 3,000 yard career yard rushing yards. So for his career, he's just right over 3,000 yards rushing. Let's see. He's got 1,700 yards to go um, to tie his dad's record, and that is the school record. That's 4,243. Let's see the other leading rushers for the Booneville Bearcats. Let me find out. see. Rylan Ray, he has 22 carries for 190 yards. And Dax Goff, he has 27 carries for 215 yards. We got about a minute and 33 seconds left to go. And your Booneville Bearcats are fixing to run through the victory line. Two Rivers, they're going to be running wing T out of the T formation. And here come your Booneville Bearcats. But Two Rivers, they're going to be running wing T, different variations of the T formations. Used to, they was, shotgun, they throw it. They'll throw it some, but you got to watch out for them. It's going to be number 10. That's going to be Noblet. And Dunham, he's going to be their quarterback, number 7. And number 8, Braxton Robertson, he's also going to be in the backfield as well.
Talking about conference players, and Harris is traveling over to Mayflower.
On 1, and Dominic Daly is number 1. He's also another guy to watch out for the Gators. So we're fixing to get underway. Looks like Mr. Brett Welling is out for tonight. He's on some crutches. Cade Smith is still out with his shoulder. He did come back, but aggravated it a little in practice this past week. So he's going to be out again this week. Hopefully he gets a little bit better and gets to play. In senior year, you want to play. And he hadn't been able to play his senior year, so hopefully Cade will be able to play. Back deep is going to be number 1. That's going to be Daly. And we're waiting on the football.
And we can't get started without football.
Nah, ball only goes about 5'5", folks. But boy, he's got a leg on him.
Now we have that. Another game in the conference.
Yeah.
Baptist Prep has got off to a 3-0 start. And here comes Atkins tonight. Atkins kind of a surprise loss against Walden last week.
And here's the kick. High kick. It's going to drop at the 20 and take a Bearcat roll. And he's going to fall on it on the 11-yard line. That was Hector Barrientos.
The other conference game tonight, Caryville is traveling to Danville.
And we'll keep an eye on, this is the very first conference game of the year, Conference 3A4. Atkins is at Baptist Prep. Baptist Prep is undefeated, 3-0. They beat the number 2 team in Class 2A last week in double overtime. And Atkins, they're 2-1. Let's see. Perryville, I believe, is at Danville. Dunham comes up under center, and he's just going to hold on to it, and he's just going to fall down. Johnny Barnes, though, is in the area.
As busted play. Quarterback open up the wrong way.
Riley Dunham on the carry, but he is dropped for a loss. Number 50, Johnny Barnes.
Johnny Barnes broke through number 50.
Be a 6-yard loss. Second 16.
Give a shout out to Uncle Bob. He's got a little break at work, and he's watching.
Looked like it was supposed to be like a blast.
Blast just opened up wrong.
Linebacker, Don Daniel in there at linebacker.
Dunham comes up under center. The fullback against Noblet. And he's going to get the ball on the left-hand side. And he's just going to go out to the left. And it's going to be a loss about a 3. And they're going to be at the 2.
It's going to be at the 2-yard line now. Third down.
Make it.
10, Zach Noblet on the carry.
That was Noblet. I wasn't able to see who's in there on the tackle.
2-yard loss. Tackle made by number 52, Casey Matson.
Casey Matson.
Be third and 18. Ball at the 2-yard line.
Again, Casey, he was your leading tackler last year. He went back and forth between him and Ethan Woldridge. And this year, so far, it's going between him and Mason Goers.
19 to go. Same formation.
So with that tackle,
Dead C formation.
Casey, he's one tackle away from tying Mason right now for the leading tackles on the team. And got a flag. Is that a flag or what is that?
Drops the ball
Towel.
carrier.
It's a towel.
52, James Moss was the ball carrier.
Football play, number 52, James Moss.
Moss,
Recovered
number
at
52,
4,
recovered it.
Rocky Ross getting in there making the tackle.
So Rocky Ross.
1 yard loss. It'll be 4th and 19.
Rocky ran for 4 carries last week against Mina for 139 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Number 10 doing the punting, Noblet.
Nobody is back deep. Noblet
Nobody back deep for
all
Wood.
about 8 yards deep in the end zone.
So 3 plays netted, 2 Rivers a -10. Noblet
High
is hit
kick.
over in,
Nice
somebody
kick.
back deep for the Bearcats.
And it's going to take a Gator roll.
About the 46
And it's going to be down at the 46-yard line, and your Bearcats will take over in Gator territory with 9:46 left to go here in the first quarter.
45-yard punt. Ball will be spotted at the 46 of the Gators. 1st and 10.
Cameron Osborne will be the young man.
So it looks like Mr. Cameron Osborne is going to be your right guard in the place of Mr. Brett Welling.
Race Bland sit out wide. Brandon Rabbit quarterback.
Big old
Rocky Ross.
Matt Obar is going to be your center.
Halfback.
And Casey Matson's going to be your right tackle. Rocky Rock goes in motion. And Iron Man's going to keep it. He's still on his feet. He's got the first down. Ran in down to the 20, 15, 10. Touchdown, Bearcats. 46 yards. And Bearcats score in the first play of the game for them. First possession, I should say. 9:36 left to go here in the first. Pablo Ferrer to do the kicking. Not sure if Pablo's parents or friends are not watching back home in Spain. If you are, give y'all a shout out. Kick is up, and it is good. So that makes it 7-0 with 9:36 left to go here in the first. We'll take a little break. Be right back. You're watching Bearcat football. And we're back here at Bearcat Stadium, Shield Field, just right off DJ George Drive. Got a couple sponsors to thank before Pablo kicks off. Thanks Stacey Albright Photo Art and Jared Baker Shield Shelter Insurance. Maybe get one more sponsor in there. We'll thank 5B Properties. The high kick is going to be fielded, and it's going to be dropped. And Daly, and he's just going to be wrapped up for Mr. Cook. Again, I want to thank our sponsors for our new app and the new website, BoonevilleBearcats.com. Don't forget to download. And it'll be man in motion. Ball's on the ground. And Casey So with 9:22 left to go here in the first, your Booneville Bearcats are going to take over on the Gator 23-yard line. Race Blanchett, he's going to be split out here to the left side, that receiver. Your left guard is going to be number 50, Johnny Barnes. Your left tackle is number 51, Mason Goers. Number 5, that's Dunn Daniel. He's going to be your tight end. Rocky Ross is your left halfback. Brooks Herrera is your right halfback. Rylan Ray is your fullback. And Ross is going to get the ball on the right-hand side with the toss. A couple moves. Rocky's got the first down. About a 12-yard carry there.
Rocky Ross on the carry. He brought down number 72, Ethan Knuckles.
Looks like Mina is up 7-0 over Waldron. Again, it's Mina's homecoming tonight. Dardanelle's up 7-0 over Ozark, is up 7-0 over Dardanelle. Dardanelle got their first win last week over Clinton.
Ball spotted from 12-yard line of the Gators.
Backfield's still the same. Iron Man comes up under center. Brooks goes in motion. It's going to be handoff to Rylan right up the middle. Rylan gets about an 8-yard carry there. 71 on the stop.
33, Ryan Ray on the carry.
Don't have a 71.
71, Brian Williams.
Brian Williams.
Second 2.
And number 72, Ethan Knuckles. Blanchett's going to come over here to the left-hand side. Daniel's going to be tied in on the left as well. Yeah, it's a heavy set. Brooks is going to go in motion. He's got the toss over here on the left-hand side. Brooks is going to go in from 4 yards with 8:19 left to go here in the first. It's 13-0. Booneville Bearcats over to Two Rivers Gators. And that's going to bring on Mr. Pablo Ferrer. Goff the snap. Brooks to hold. The kick is up. And it is good. So with 8:17 left to go here in the first. Booneville Bearcats 14. Two Rivers Gators 0. We'll be right back. You're watching Bearcat football. And we are back here at Bearcat Stadium, Shield Field, right off DJ George Drive.
Back deep for the Gators.
That's going to bring on Pablo Graticos Ferrer.
Kicking for Booneville's going to be number 9,
Kicking.
Pablo.
Looks like number 1 is going to be Daly back deep. And I believe that's number 11, Minnie. Nice kick. We fielded at the 10. And he's going to cut over to the left-hand side. Cody Elliott's going to wrap him down about the 19-yard line.
Number 32, Cody Elliott.
Oh, because they moved him back there with Daly. Okay.
Ball being spotted at the 19-yard line first.
Blazin' Jones coming off the field and Race Blanchett. Chase Plymel, he's going to be your left defensive tackle. Your nose man is going to be Rylan Ray. Johnny Barnes is going to be your right defensive tackle. Your 2 outside linebackers is going to be number 5, Dunn Daniel over here, and Casey Manson on the far side. And Johnny Barnes in there on the stop for your Bearcats, and Casey Manson. I'm sorry, that's Mason Goers on the far side at your outside linebacker. Your 2 middle linebackers are going to be Dax Goff and Casey Manson. Your 2 corners, number 12 over here on this side, it's going to be Peyton Tatum. On the far side, that's number 7, Trace Hall. Your 2 safeties, number 1, Brooks Herrera, and number 3 is going to be Randon Ray. 7:35 left to go here in the first. 2nd and 12, balls on the 17-yard line. And Daly's going to get the pitch over here on the left-hand side, and he's going to be wrapped up for a loss. I believe that was Dax Goff on the stop.
Number 1, Dominic Daly carrying the ball.
Give a shout out to Faith and Maddie Means. So I want to give a shout out to Mr. Tom Goff down in Texas.
1 yard loss.
Not sure also if Mr. Barron Smith, if they're watching,
Happy birthday, Wes.
all the way in Lubbock, Texas.
Be third down and 13 for Two Rivers.
So 3rd and 13,
And Booneville's
got
gonna be
flags.
outside this time.
Be against your Bearcats.
Dunman gave them a hard count, and we got into the middle.
Offside's going to go against the Bearcats.
It'll be third down.
Speaking of penalties, let's see here. Your Bearcats, we had 69 yards.
And a slot back as well. Dunman wants to throw.
You're going to have a pass over here. That's going to be number 10. That's Noblet.
Positive play for Two Rivers.
So that's, I think, the first positive play they've had tonight, Isaac. Good job.
He's tackled by number 3.
Makes it
Ray.
4th and 8,
2 yard pickup. It'll be 4th and 6.
or 4th and 6, excuse me. Ball's on the 23-yard line. Nollet to do the punting. Nobody's going to be back deep.
7-0. Ozark has another touchdown on the board against Ardenell. Arkadelphia leads National 7-0. That could be a good one in the fourth. Albert kicks it, nobody back deep. He hits it to 43.
And it's going to take a little gator roll, and it's going to be down at the 40-yard line of the Bearcats through 3 games. Again, that's courteous of Mr. Glenn Parrish. And that's also on the website, boonevillebearcats.com. Don't forget to download it or visit it. Goff is in that right halfback. Rocky Ross goes in motion. Randy Ray's going to have the keeper. He cuts back, sheds a couple of tackles. Running up over to the 40, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, 2. Close to 100, I think.
And with that carry, Randy goes over the century mark for the day.
Yep. So that's going to put him at 400 yards on the year. Bring on Pablo Ferrer. Snap, holds good, kick is up, and it is good. So with 5:20 left to go here in the first quarter, the Booneville Bearcats 21, Two Rivers Gators 0. For Isaac Brown, I'm Zach Austin. You're watching Bearcat football. And we are back here at Bearcat Stadium. The Booneville Bearcats are up 21-0 with 5:20 left to go here in the first quarter. If you're just joining us, your Bearcats won the toss and deferred and kicked off to Two Rivers. Forced them on their first series to punt from 8 yards deep in their own end zone. And very first play, Rendon Ray goes for yard and goes touchdown. And that's going to go in the end zone. That landed at the 1. So that's the first touchback of the year for you Booneville Bearcats. The second series, Bearcats forced the Gators 4 and out again. And all right, we actually recovered a fumble on Two Rivers' second. Casey Matson recovered a fumble. And then Brooks Herrera goes in from 4 yards. Kickoff to him again. And they did have a positive yards. They had a little pass play to Noblet. And then they had a punt. And then Randy Ray, first play, goes 60 yards for touchdown. And it's 21-0. And nothing going right there. And maybe back to the line of scrimmage. Mason Goers on the stop for you Bearcats.
No gain on the play. That was led by 51, Mason Goers, and 57, Tate Rice.
They say Tate and Rice made that. Oh, Taten's on the, he's on the sideline. Must have been Goers and Manson on the stop. And Daly's going to get the pitch over here. He's going to be wrapped up by Randon Ray.
Number 1, Dominic Daly on the carry. He's dropped for a loss by number 3, Randon Ray, and 51, Mason Goers.
3rd and 10. Or not 3rd and 10, excuse me. It's going to be 3rd and 18. I was looking at the scoreboard. They hadn't fixed it quite yet. So 3rd and 18, balls on the 12-yard line of the Gators.
They held their own. 3rd down and 18 for the Gators.
Dunham comes up under center.
Far side, that's going to be
Noblet and Moss, number 52, are the two guys back there in the backfield. Daly goes in motion, high pass, and Peyton Tatum gets an interception. So that's going to be his first interception of the year for Mr. Tatum. Now, technically, last week, if you go over to Stacy's pictures, his dad shared and his mom shared. You can use your own judgment, but looks like Peyton was underneath it, and it's very close, questionable, but I'm going to say yeah, he was under. I mean, just go take a look at Stacy Holbrook's photo. So this is technically his first one.
Update on Welling while he's out. He hurt his knee in practice, and he'll be reevaluated Monday. You said?
Yeah, said Monday.
So Welling had hurt his knee, so that's why Mr. Welling's out. That's from Mr. Obar over here, Ethan Obar. Ross goes in motion, and ball's on the ground. Good hustle by Dax Goff.
Dax Goff got back on top of it before Two Rivers could.
Fumble on the play, number 34, Dax Goff jumping on it though.
So that's going to be 2nd down for you Booneville Bearcats.
2-yard gain, 2nd and 8.
So 2nd and 8. Ball's on the 27-yard line of the Gators.
Is Lancet far side. Ross in motion.
And it's going to head off to Dax Goff, come back over here on the left-hand side. Dax is dragging about 4 Gators with him down to the 21-yard line.
Got it down to the 21. Barrientos with the first contact for Two Rivers, number 54. And then Jacques.
Number 34, Dax Goff on the carry.
Bring him down.
Give a shout-out to Dummy Shepard.
Jacques Kinner. Number 8, Braston Robertson. Number 52, James Moss.
Hope you're enjoying the game,
3rd
Dummy.
and 1 for Bearcats.
3rd down and a yard to go.
So 3rd and 1.
Ross in motion. Give it to
2:37 left to go here.
middle, and he'll have the first down, and he's still going.
Oh, and he's still on his feet. Ryland Ray, touchdown. Bearcats, 20 yards. Wow. I was just waiting, and all of a sudden he comes out of the pile, and boom. So that's going to bring on Pablo, do the PAT. Mina is up 14-0 now in the first quarter over Waldron. And Ozark has scored again. They are up 14-0 over Dardanelle. So the kick is good with 2:28 left to go here in the first quarter. Booneville Bearcats 28, Two Rivers Gators 0. We'll take a little break. Be right back. You're watching Bearcat football. And we are back here at Bearcat Stadium. Lamar is up 7-0 over Pottsville. Bigelow's up 13-0 over Magazine.
Kicking off for Booneville is going to be number 9.
And
Pablo.
then in 8-man action, Rector is up 8-0 over Kip Blyville. Pablo to do the kick, and last time the ball landed on a 1 and went in for a touchback. And Daly's going to knock Noblet over, and he cuts right up the middle. Mason Goers on the stop, and Peyton Tatum. That's a good return for Daly. I don't think they called that, Isaac, neither one of them. I mean, I know it's not baseball, but you still ought to call it somebody when you're that close.
Yeah, sometimes when that happens, the kicking team gets thrown off, they get out of their lanes, and maybe that was part of it. Anyway, brought down though by Mason Gores at 27, first and 10 Gators. Jock Keener will be the tight end to this side. Robinson, the wide receiver, 2 in the backfield.
Dunham under center. And it's just a busted play. Handoff to Daly. And just kind of pushed down by Barnes.
Number 50, Johnny Barnes getting in there, dropping for a loss.
Got 2:03 left to go here in the first. 28-0 Bearcats over the Gators. Be 2nd and 12. Balls on the 25-yard line. Looks like Cody Elliott is out there at outside linebacker for the Bearcats. He's going to be over here on this side. Again, him and Casey Manson are your tied for second on the team in leading tackles coming in tonight's game. Noblet was right up the middle. Looks like Goer's in there on the stop again. Elliott's going to come out, and Daniel's going to come in.
Number 10, Zach Noblin on the carry. Tackled by 51, Mason Goers. Number 50, Johnny Barnes. 1 yard pickup, it'll be 3rd and 11.
Dunham's going to come into the play. You know, Isaac, I think it'd help if the Gators, they had a little bit more players. You know, only 19 kind of makes it hard to rotate guys in and out.
Well, you can't even scrimmage during practice.
And Daly's going to get the pitch. He's going to be tackled for a loss.
Johnny Barnes was once again in the backfield.
Casey Manson on the stop, and Johnny Barnes, as well.
Number 1,
I mean,
Daly on the carry. He's drug down from behind.
Dunham, he don't have a bad arm on him. And then you got Noblet back there at fullback, and then Daly, he's at halfback. He's got a little speed to him, and Noblet, he's got a little size. You know.
Practicing, you can't do 11 on 11.
Yeah.
Ball spot at the 16-yard line of the
So
Gators.
you really can't get a good feel of how it's supposed to go.
Right. They've had very little positive tonight, but still something they can learn from. There's always something you can learn. It's going to be fielded by number 1. It's going to be Daly at the 47-yard line of the Gators. I will say Noblet does got a pretty good leg on it. And we are back here at Bearcat Stadium, just right off DJ George Drive. Looks like Charleston is up 14-0 over Greenland. That's in the first quarter. And Arkadelphia and Nashville are in a close game. Arkadelphia is up 7-0 over Nashville in the first. Rising is up 14-0 over Barton. West Fork's up 21-0 over Mansfield. West Fork has had 2 pick sixes, so that's how they're up 21-0. 2 of those touchdowns have been interceptions returned for a touchdown. And Rocky Ross gets the pitch on the right-hand side. He's going to be wrapped up by number 51, Leonard.
Number 51, Peyton Leonard.
Noblet, he is up now.
Noblet coming up slow there for the Gators.
5-yard pickup, it'll be 2nd and 5.
Down to 5. Lancet will split to the far side of the field. Then Daniel tight end on this side of the field. Ross and Herrera the halfbacks. Backstop the fullback behind Randy.
Got 11:25 left to go here in the second quarter. It's 2nd and 5. Ball's on the 43-yard line of the Gators. Blanchett split out to the left. Daniels, your tight end over here on the right-hand side. Brooks goes in motion. Goff gets it right up in the middle. Dax Goff is going to go to 10, 5, touchdown, Bearcats, 43 yards, Dax Goff. That comes with 11:06 left to go here in the second quarter, and it's 34-0 Bearcats over the Gators.
Big hole blown in the left side of that line.
Lamar and Pottsville are tied 7-7. That's in the first. Going to bring on Pablo Ferrer. The hold. The kick is up. And it is good. So 11:06 left to go here in the second. It's 35-0. Bearcats over the Gators. We'll take a little break. Be right back. You're watching Bearcat football. And we're back here at Bearcat Stadium. Noblet and Daly back deep for the Gators. Pablo Gradicos Ferrer to the kicking. Hopefully I said that right, Pablo. I've been practicing some. Pablo's kick, nice kick. Going to be fielded about the 6 or 7 yard line. Noblet's going to get on the right hand side, pursued by Daniel, and Tatum's just going to push him out of bounds. About the 20. Let's see where they spot it. Close to the 30 is where it's going to be.
Push that bounce number 12, Peyton Tatum.
Yeah, they've got some positive yardage out of this. Pablo's getting deep. Two Rivers is doing a good job of coming up towards the middle and down from outside.
First and 10 for the Gators. Ball at their own 20.
Looks like you got big old Matt Obar out there on defensive tackle for your Bearcats.
That's the first quarter score. First and 10 Gators.
Dunham's your quarterback, taking his time.
Back for Two Rivers.
And he's going to hand off over here.
Swallowed up once again.
I didn't even.
This time Matt Obar. I think you might
Mr.
know.
Obar on the stop. That was number 52, Moss on the carry. So he's going to have to come out. Lost his helmet.
He's brought down number 58, Matt Obar. No gain on the play. It'll be
Taken off, so he has to leave the field for a play. No gain, second down, 10 yards to go.
Got 9:43 left to go here in the second. It is 2nd and 10. Ball's on the 29-yard line.
Right north side tied at 7. That might be.
Looks like Brian Williams, number 71, has come in back there in the backfield. He's right beside Noblet. Noblet's going to get the ball and runs into his own guy, but he's wrapped up by Dax Goff. About a 4 or 5 yard loss there.
That was Noblet on the carry. He was slow getting up again.
number
There we go.
34, Dax Goff on the carry, 2 yard on the tackle, 2 yard loss.
Now go back to that north side game. North side's always been good.
Wow. Mina is up 21-0 over Waldron in the second, and Ozarker is up 21-7 over Dardanelle.
Greenwood, you got to respect the team that can do that. They have 2 fine running backs and a good quarterback.
Dunham under center.
Third down.
And Moss on the carry.
Yeah, missed a false start.
I was
I
going to say,
guess it's okay.
yeah. He took a quick step there, but that's going to bring up 4th down. Got 8:25 left to go here in the second. Noblett to do the punting again for the Gators. He's had some pretty good punts so far tonight. I will say that is one good positive. Gators special teams, they have looked relatively good.
Yeah, but they have to do it every drive.
Nice kick, and it's going to drop. And it's going to roll down to the 40, and he keeps going. He's going to be stopped at the 39-yard line.
So they have a lot more practice at it.
Yeah. That's going to bring on your Bearcats second team.
But I think it all starts with your special teams. If one back play on special teams, it's have to move for the whole entire game. Two Rivers are doing a great job on
Well,
return.
maybe the line, I'm not sure. Yeah, here comes Obar and Rylan off.
They're making Booneville work for some yardage.
Get you these guys mentioned here in a second. Your center is going to be number 76. That's going to be Gage Bouchard. Lance is going to be your right guard. Lance Sims, that's our old buddy Lance Sims. He's going to be your right guard. Number 57 is going to be Tayton Rice as your right tackle. 53 is, let me get him. Where'd he go? And that's Trace Hall. Trace has got the first down. Wrapped up by Gillum.
Number 7, Trace Hall on the carry. Brought down number 50, Josh Gillum.
Gillum on the stop for the Gators. Flag foul.
Do have a flag.
It's going to be a holding against the Bearcats.
Flag on the play. Holding is going to go against the Bearcats.
Might not quite have the technique, and one of them got caught holding.
Yeah, it could have been in line or it could have been outside. One of the split outs probably did something.
It'll be 1st and 17 for the Bearcats.
So Shelton's going to come in for the Cats. Blazing Jones is going to come out. Shelton's going to be at receiver.
Yeah, I tell you what, it took him no time to get
Your left guard, number 53. That's going to be Ferris Daines. And Cameron Osborne is going to be your left tackle. And got another helmet coming off. That's Moss. His helmet's coming off again. Cody Elliott, he's your fullback. He got the carry there. And you got a Gator down.
32, Cody Elliott on the carry.
He's holding his knee. And with that, we'll take a little break and be right back. You're watching Bearcat football. And we're back here at Bearcat Stadium. Young man from Two Rivers. He's able to get off the field. Desmond Collin, number 40, he's come in for the Bearcats. Peyton Tatum's going to be your quarterback, number 12. Trace Hall is your right halfback, and your left halfback is number 5, Dunn Daniel. Trace Hall gets the pitch over here on the left-hand side. Trace is going to be gone. Up over to the 30, the 20. We got a flag. Doggone it.
Number 7, Trace Hall.
That was what, a 75-yard run? Man. Or 60? No? 65, yeah. I was looking back to the dadgummit. It's going to back us up 10. Well, a learning experience for the, these guys. They've got in. I don't know what this other flag is for.
Second down, 24 to go. Harrison on top of Farmington, 21-7.
So we got 4:10 left to go here in the second. And it's second down again. Second and 24. Ball's on the 25-yard line of the Bearcats. And Peyton Tatum's going to have the keeper over here on the right-hand side. He has the rest of the field. Got a guy pursuing him, though, at the 25, the 15, the 10, 5. Touchdown, Peyton Tatum. No flags this time. Now, that was 75 yards. Comes with about 3 minutes and 40 seconds left to go here in the second quarter, and it's 41-0 Bearcats over the Gators. Dax Goff to do the snap, and Brooks Herrera to do the holding, and Pablo to do the kicking. Got Mr. Mobar coming in here a little bit late. His brother's shaking his head up here. Again, if you don't know anybody that can watch, tell them to tune in to Cool 104.7. Got Chuck and Ethan over there. And the snap is up, and it is good. So 42-0 with 2:50 left to go here in the second quarter. Give me time to thank our sponsors again. I want to thank our sponsors for the new app and the website. BoonevilleBearcats.com, or you can download the app, any iTunes or Google Play stores. Want to thank 5B Properties, B Plus Rentals, Saks RV Park, Patriot Underground, Crowley City Service, Community National Bank, Stacy Holbright Photo Art, and Gerald Baker Shield of Shelter Insurance. So if you know any of those people, tell them thank you. Without them, we wouldn't have the app. Wouldn't have the new website. So go visit them, BoonevilleBearcats.com, download it. Don't forget to visit our YouTube page, Booneville Bearcats Sports on YouTube. It's got all the games from last year. It's got games all the way back to the 2018 season. We got some from 2008 and 2009. There's no talking on those. You also watch Booneville Bearcat Classics. We got some of the old classic games. Pablo to do the kicking. Nice kick by Pablo. Nolet's going to field it, and he drops it at the 5. Daly's going to pick it up. Race Blanchett on the pursuit. Ferris Danes in there. And Peyton Tatum all on the tackle. So Race Blanchett, Ferris Danes, and Peyton Tatum on the stop.
Tackle number 53, Ferris Danes. Number 88, Race Blanchett.
Bigelow has scored again, and it's 26-0. Bigelow over Magazine. That's in the second.
Ball spotted at the 9-yard line.
Rising is up 14-0 over Barton in the first. Dunham's your quarterback. He's taking his time. 38 seconds left in the half. And Ross on the stop. I believe that was Moss on the carry, but he got tackled by Ross. Yeah, and that's probably going to be the last play of the first half. And I kind of like what Chuck said, Moss and the Ross, or Ross and the Moss. There we go. So your first half score is going to be Booneville Bearcats 42, Two River Gators 0. We'll take a little break. Be right back. Let you enjoy your halftime show. For Isaac Brown, I'm Zach Austin. You're watching Bearcat Football.
shot an 88, and Jace Washburn had a 91. 63 people that scored. Rylan Ray was also out playing fourth. Baldwin was the district champion. And in the girls, Lee Swint led the way with an 89. She finished second to a Charleston golfer. Charleston won the district tournament. Jolie Tate shot 92. And Brooke Turner and Haley Lunsford. And the rest of those on the 12th team, so they will be headed to the state. And we'll give you a little more on that as time passes on. The tennis team was in action at Marcel Phillips Park yesterday, and they got the better of that things. Tennis competition. I'm going to cool off for the girls. Jolie Tate, that's one busy young lady. Let me tell you, she does everything that's asked of her. To say the very least. She, of course, is a senior. You also have junior Layla Byram, sophomores Lexi Franklin and Lily Garrett, and freshman Ellie Smith on the team. For the boys, you have George Griffith, London Lee, and Evan Escobedo, their senior, along with freshman Tyler Ray.
French horn soloist Ozzy Ramirez and trombone soloist Ann Rhodes.
In 3 straight games, 25-18, 25-10, 25-23. Big three hitters of Baby Kingston, Connor Kim, Joey Tate. Great nights. I got to watch that match on YouTube. It wouldn't surprise me at all if all three of them maybe had double-digit kills. Haley Lunsford also tremendous setter. Caitlin Spain is the other setter, and she is improving steadily this year. Jolie had a great night digging, along with Camden Dove, Jessica Coffin. Camden Dove didn't miss the serve. Jessica didn't miss the serve. On the pit, Haley Lunsford also serving. Special shout out to his Haley Ray. She's an 8th grader. I had a chance to talk with her home recently. She said, Haley really looks forward to playing. It brings her joy, and that's how it should be. Yes.
Want to go out there and play just to play. I was one. There's football.
Haley and her teammates will be heading to Fort Smith tomorrow. So they should get the same concert. That will certainly come next week. And there's some tough ones coming up next week. Monday, the Lady Elks are always a dangerous team. You never can underestimate this. And then next Thursday night, we welcome the Paris Lady Eagles, always a very tough assignment. All of their hitters, Paris Skyline, they call them.
Harrison Hackett, I've been following their volleyball for years. Well, they're special. They're really good.
Yeah, Harrison Hackett, in fact, played last night. I had an opportunity to watch some of that. Hackett won that match in 5 sets. So, 2 tough matches coming to the Lady Cats. And I know the scrap hard and be competitive, and hey, who knows what's going to happen. Those are a pretty good team. We're going to go to state. First time in like 4 years. And with our win over Westport in 3 straight games, I think we really had
First set was a little rough. You always know it's probably going to be a little bit. They really have a lot of heart.
Yeah, yes indeed. I mean, those people that I mentioned, and another person you know real well, Abigail Barr, Bailey Doctor, Emma Michaels, also come on, and Jessica Coffin, they all do a good job.
And most of these girls really all been playing throughout their whole lives, either high school
Booneville Bearcat Marching Band.
And we were back here at Bearcat Stadium. Scoreboard says about a minute 50. They'll probably add a couple more minutes.
Okay, folks, it's 50-50
And
time. Get your 50-50 tickets out, please.
I'll give you some stats here in a minute, but I'm going to talk about some of the other sports real quick. Golf
Somebody's gonna be
had
glad
district
they bought a ticket tonight.
this past week, and the
Thank you, guys,
Bearcats
for supporting
and
our MCI, and thanks
the
to
Lady
those
Cats.
that donate back to it.
I'll just wait till Miss Green's done talking. How about
Wonderful. Everybody.
that? All right, try this again. All right, so the Booneville Bearcat and Lady Cat golf teams both finished runner-up in the District 3A4. That was played out here at Cherokee Golf Club, Country Club. And Lee Swint was the leading Lady Cat with 89. And was the second lowest of the day. Jolie Tate, she shot a 94. Brooke Turner, 115, which gave the Lady Cats 298 team total, and they placed second to Charleston. They were 17 strokes ahead of Atkins, and Dover came in fourth. For the Bearcats, Brooks Herrera had 82. Brett Welling had 88. Again, this is golf. And freshman Jace Washburn had 91 for 261 total, which edged Charleston by 5 strokes. And Herrera's round was the fourth best of the day by a boy. Rylan Ray was the fourth Bearcat represented on the course. Placing fourth and fifth in the boys district golf was Danville and Perryville. The Bearcats will compete in Class 3A state tournament at the Creeks in Cave Springs on October 5th, and the Lady Cats will be at the Links in Glenwood. We'll hit the Links in Glenwood Country Club for their state tournament on September 29th. And tennis was also this week. I know they played last night, and I believe they beat Atkins last night. Also earlier, they was playing down here at Marcel Phillips, and George Griffs, he picked up a 6-4 win. And let's see, Layla Byram, Angie Brown, and Mary Haynes, they all won the singles match for the girls. And Tyler Ray also picked up a singles win. Let's see. Brown and Haynes and Lindley Garrett and Lexi Franklin both won their matches without losing a game. Garrett and Franklin also won a match against a mixed doubles pairing.
Lady who plays on the 3rd and 4th grade football team by the name of Kenley Schlupp.
Also, Ellie Smith won her set 6-4. And then that's your tennis. They have district should be coming up. I was trying to remember what George was telling me. I know he's real excited. He's anxious to get back to state. He's really wanting to get back to state. I know they got district coming up, so he's going to do what he can to get to state. And there's 19 seconds left until the start of the third quarter. Your 7th grade Bearcats football team, they won last night. And your junior Bearcats also won last night as well.
If you ever come out to these little league games, she'll be wearing number 85 for the 3rd graders.
There was,
playing at home tomorrow, as a matter of fact.
let's see here.
I can't remember who they'll be playing, but they are playing here at Bearcat Stadium tomorrow. So if you get a chance, come on out and watch.
Trying to see. There was 5 rushers gaining 46 and 64 yards, and 4 of them scoring touchdowns. And that's the 2nd conference win for your junior high football team. They beat Perryville last week and then Two Rivers this week. And
we'll see what Two Rivers kickoff team looks like. If it's anything like the other special teams that Two Rivers has, that's been a highlight for them tonight.
And I guess that's really about it. I'll give you
We'd
some.
like to thank the sponsorship of Pizza Italian. If you'd like to have the best pizza salad and cinnamon rolls around, check them out.
Bless you.
Tuesday through Sundays. They have a great buffet on Sunday with the fruit,
I'll give your
salad, and all the pizzas.
halftime stats for football now. Two Rivers has 17 plays for a negative 35 yards. They've had 12 minutes and 34 seconds time of possession. They got 15 carries for negative 37 yards, and they got a 2-yard pass. There's been 2 turnovers, interception, and a fumble. There's been 4 punts for 37 yards, and Mr. Noblet to kick for the Gators, and it's going to be fielded by Garrick Barr about the 13-yard line. He's still up on his feet up in the middle. Got a flag coming in late. Probably going to be a holding call. Your Bearcats have 13 plays for 287 yards, have 10 minutes and 32 seconds time of possession. All of our yards have come on the ground. Your leading rusher for the Bearcats is Brandon Ray. He had 3 carries for 108 yards. Peyton Tatum has 1 carry for 75. Dax Goff, 2 for 49. And Rylan Ray, 2 for 28. Rocky Ross, 2 for 17. Casey Madsen and Mason Goers are leading the Bearcats in tackling. They both have 3 tackles. And then Johnny Barnes has 2.5. Dax Goff, he has 2. Again, you got your second string out there. They just scored the last touchdown. Peyton Tatum went 75 yards. He's going to be your quarterback. Garrick Barr is going to be in at fullback now. Hand off to him right up the middle. Garrick's still on his feet. Oh, Garrick, he's not a real tall guy, but he runs hard for a little man, and he'll lay the lick and keep driving. He's a little fiery guy too.
24, Garrick Barr on the carry. He picks up 2 yards. 65, Kyron Carter on the tackle.
I'm glad to see him grow up a little bit because he wasn't as
Looks like Desmond Conley is in at right halfback. I'll get you left halfback. Looks like that's Shelton. And Shelton's going to be tackled for a loss by number 65. That's Carter.
Number 15, Skylar Shelton on the carry.
And Kai Scantling's number 19, split out to the left. And Brendan Dove's your tight end over here on the right side, number 2. Blazin Jones is coming back in at receiver. Scantling's coming out. Got 9 minutes and 38 seconds left to go here in the third. It's 42-0 Bearcats over the Gators. And it's 3rd and 12. Ball's on the Bearcats' 8-yard line. Jones splits out to the left. Tatum under center. And it's going to be Barr, and he's going to be met by Moss. He's going to be met right at the line of scrimmage.
Number 24, Garrett Barr on the carry.
One will be back deep for Two Rivers, Dominic Daly, right
No
on
gain.
the
He was tackled number 52, James
So
Moss.
Mr. Daly is going to be back deep for the
4th and
Gators.
12.
And Rylan Ray, he's going to be about 7 yards deep in the end zone, maybe 6. Got 8:50 left to go here in the third, and be the first punt of the night for the Bearcats. Low snap, punt. Not a bad punt by Ray. Pretty good. Takes a Bearcat row, keeps going, and he's going to be down right at midfield by Dax Goff.
So the Gators will get it at midfield, 1st and 10.
The punt's going to get down to the 50-yard line.
Do want to give a shout out
Gators start at midfield, but it'll be 1st and 10.
to Mr. Sean Bledsoe.
And as we start defense, don't
Again,
forget
Sean was
to
able to
be
come home
looking
last
for
week,
the
and
Black Dog,
he wants to
479
thank everybody for their prayers,
nutrition.
and just continue to pray for him as he has rehab. Pray for just a good recovery for him as he goes through rehab. I know he's at home right now watching the game with his mom and dad and with Steve Davis.
And Gage Broussard has the runner wrapped up. It's going to be Moss, number 52. on
And
his
don't
side.
forget to
In the backfield.
say a prayer for Scotty Dunham. I'm not sure if he's still in the hospital or not, but he has COVID as well.
2nd down and 4.
52, James Moss on the carry.
And that young man from Russellville that I mentioned last week, he had his surgery, doing good. Just continue to pray for him. He's got a long road to go in recovery, but he's doing good, and they just give God the glory for that. And it's going to be handed off to Noblet right up the middle, and he's right up by our buddy Lance Sims.
Lance Sims, 75.
Looks like Tayton Rice in there, and Garrett Barr was over in the area as well. Brings up 3rd down.
Lance Sims. Gain on the play, 3rd and 6.
Number 65 comes in. That's Carter.
Play target league starts too.
Two Rivers.
If you want to say something about that.
And send Robinson into the corner.
And then after this, got another Bearcat sport to mention about conference.
Corner, Shelton at safety.
Dunham's going to be your quarterback. And he's going to hand off over here to Daly on the left-hand side. He's going to be wrapped up by Dunn Daniel. That's going to bring up 4th down. Gage Bouchard is in there on defense. Lance Sims is going to be your nose man. Cameron Osborne's your left defensive tackle. Your 2 outside linebackers is Cody Elliott and Garrett Barr, and your 2 middle linebackers.
See if Booneville might be able to get a stop here.
Looks like it's going to be Tayton Ross and Dunn Daniel. Also, the Clay Targets, they've got the Clay Target League, excuse me. They've got conference coming up, right? And Booneville is in the conference with Greenwood and Magazine. They just had the conference alignment, and so got that coming up. Let's see. I believe it's the spring they won Skeet State. I'm trying to remember. Ty Goff, Ethan Woldridge, them, they won state. It's either Skeet or Chap. I don't remember off the top of my head. And Daly cuts back to the far side of the field. Got a whole slew of Bearcats. Dunn Daniel may be able to get over there. And Cody Elliott is going to wrap him down about the 15-yard line. It's going to be another 1st down for him. Moss got the 1st down while ago on 4th down. That's the first time they went for it on 4th down tonight. And that time they hand off to Daly over here on the left. He cuts back to the right. And he was able to get tackled by Cody Elliott. Dunn Daniel was in pursuit as well as the rest of the Bearcats. Looks like your 2 corners. Corner on the far side is going to be Ray Splancett. Corner on this side is number 6, Blazin Jones. Looks like Desmond Conley is going to be your safety. He's going to hand off to Moss right up the middle. And looks like that's Shelton in there at your other person out there. Crosby coming up off the bottom as well. Atkins is up 16-7 over Baptist Prep. That's being played at Little Rock at Baptist Prep. That's the 3A game of the week. The Hootens 3A game of the week. That's also a conference game. Noblet and Moss in the backfield.
Yeah, West Fork on
Daly
the
goes in motion.
1-0.
He's going to head off to Noblet. And good lick. That's Dunn Daniel in there. Cody Elliott.
Cody Elliott.
And Osborne coming off the bottom.
He's very slow getting up now.
Number 10, Zach Noblet on the carry. He's held up by number 70, Cameron Osborne, and finished off by number 5, Dunn Daniel.
Boy, that was a lick by Dunn. Dunn, he kind of does just a little bit of everything for the Bearcats. Tight end, receiver,
There's your nominee.
outside linebacker, inside linebacker.
For sure. It'll be third down and about 5, 2 Rivers.
One receiver split out here to the left.
Side of the field. And
Going to have a
full stop.
flag, probably a false start, I'm guessing.
I don't think it quite will be a first down.
So, back to the
They had to get a
trap and skeet
Offsides
shooting.
against the Bearcats.
Ty and Ethan, Chance Bouchard, and Caleb.
3 first down for the 2.
Yeah, Caleb Richardson and Sonny Whitaker all won state and skeet last year. So, and got third in trap. So, we got a pretty good trap and skeet program going. As well as golf's doing good. Tennis is doing good. Cody Elliott leading the pack there for the Cats. Matthew Crosby in there.
Going absolutely nowhere.
Number 1, Dominic Daly.
Daly's going to be tackled for a loss.
Tackle was led by number 32,
Second
Cody Elliott.
and goal for the Gators. They're in the red zone for the first time tonight. Okay, well, me at the 5. I was thinking he was going to be down at the 10 or something. I thought that's where they blowed it dead. But anywho,
They say no gain, second down and 5.
Robertson's going to be split out to the right. It's a T formation. And, boy, Cameron Osborne blew that up. And that's going to be
Daniel,
Cody Elliott's going to run after it.
I haven't heard a whistle, did you?
No, there was no whistle. Well, I didn't know.
That'd be a that's a backwards pass, wasn't it?
An incomplete pass, they're going to say.
Well, the way
So that's going to bring up third down. I thought that was kind of a backwards pass. Cameron, boy, he was just right there when he went to go hand it off. Yeah, I mean, Cody did a good job pursuing it after he threw it backwards. So it's going to be 3rd and 5 from the 5. 1:16 left to go here in the third quarter. The Gators are looking pretty good this drive. They went for it on 4th down earlier and he's going to have a pass. He's wide. And good lick. Oh, Race Blants it. That was a real good hit. That should be nominated for the Black Dog Hit of the Week. Chuckenham was mentioned in Dunn's earlier. His should too.
Yeah.
These boys don't want to be outdone by each other.
Reception on the play is being hit by the Bearcats. Ball will be spotted at the 1-yard line.
40 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. It's 4th and goal from the 1. We'll see if the Cats can stop them here.
33 seconds
And it's
left.
right up the middle.
Middle and no signal.
Oh, touchdown, Gators. I was hoping they'd hold him, but
I think it was 52 Moss who took it in.
maybe Moss on the carry. It wasn't that or a QB sneak. I think it was Dunham.
Might have been. In any event, 2 Rivers is on the board.
So the Gators get on the board with like 20 seconds left to go in the third.
Try will be the last play of the third quarter.
And the mercy rule has been invoked pretty much since the second quarter.
Now they're going to kick this.
And this is going to be the final play of the third quarter. So it's going to be
Will be the kicker.
pending on this kick right here.
Daly the holder.
Number 6, Keener's going to be your kicker.
Down
And it's blocked.
And it was Matthew
And that's
Crosby
Mr.
blocked.
Farley, Matthew, or Crosby.
So the kick is no good. Blocked by Crosby. 42-6.
And PAT is blocked.
So in high school, they can't return it. So it's 42-6. And we started the fourth quarter when we come back. For Isaac Brown, I'm Zach Austin. You're watching Bearcat Football. And we are back here at Bearcat Stadium. Nollet to do the kicking. Noblet, excuse me.
Kicking off for the Gators.
No. Yeah. So back deep for the Bearcats. Desmond Conley is on the far side. Garrick Barr is going to be in the middle. And I think that's Blazing Jones closest to us. Looks like the guys up here on the front row. That's going to be Lance Sims and Crosby. Who's that in the middle? That's Osborne there in the middle. It's going to go over Garrick's head. He's going to pick it up out the 4-yard line. And he's going to follow Daines over here on the left. And he's going to be wrapped up about the 23-yard line. Good job by Mr. Barr on the return there. It's number 6 was in the area. And Leonard as well was on the stop. 11:30 left to go in the fourth quarter. It's the first down from the 23-yard line. Tatum's going to bring the play in. See if we can get a cheerleader to throw a ball up here.
I know Carmen put one over the stands.
Jones is going to be split out here to the left.
Back to the real football action versus
Garrick Barr is going to be your fullback. Shelton goes in motion at the halfback. And I'm sorry, that's Cody Elliott right up the middle. Cody's up over the midfield, still going. Tackled by Moss at the 44-yard line. Good run by Cody. And Garrick Barr is going to come in at fullback now. So Cody comes out. Jones is coming out. Timeout. Timeout, Two Rivers. So with 10:24 left to go here in the fourth quarter, we'll take a little break and be right back. For Isaac Brown, I'm Zach Austin. You're watching Bearcat Football. We are back here at Bearcat Stadium. Barr's going to be your fullback. Shelton, he's your left halfback. Conley is your right halfback. He gets the pitch over here as he goes in motion on the left-hand side. Still on his feet. And he's going to be pushed out of bounds by number 6. That's going to be Keener. It'll be second down.
He's pushed out of bounds by number 6, Jacquez Keener.
Isaac, the Cats are looking pretty good here on the second set. As, coming out here since halftime.
Yeah, most of these guys haven't played a whole lot all season, so getting the jitters out the first drive.
Jones is going to come in at receiver. Brendan Dove's going to be your tight end on the right-hand side. Backfield's still the same. Going to be hand off the ball right up the middle. He steps over a guy. He's going to be close to the first down.
Number 24, Garrick Barr, carrying the ball up the middle. He's tackled by 50.
Let's see. Gillum on the stop. Barrentos on the stop for the Gators.
But he picks up a Booneville
Barrentos, that is.
First down.
So that's going to be a first down for the Bearcats. 9:02 left to go here in the ball game. 42-6. Bearcats over the Gators. Scantling's going to come in. Ball's on the 34-yard line of the Gators. Going to be split out over here to the left. Tatum under center. Shelton goes in motion. He's going to head off the bar over here on the right-hand side. Garrett cuts up. He's still on his feet up to the 10, the 5. Touchdown. That's a horse collar. 34 yards. Garrick Barr plus a horse collar. That's going to bring on Pablo to do the PAT.
Well, he deserves that. He's been grinding this whole second half, moving his feet. I'd like to see
I tell you what, those trainers are jumping up and down on the side
So that's, yeah, I was talking to Isaac. That's Garrett's first time to get in the end zone. He's had plenty of carries this year. In the Dardanelle game, just at the end of the game, he got nothing but all the carries, just right up the middle, just running and pushing, jumping over guys. And he's got some carries last week at Mina, getting some carries again here tonight. And him and Cody Elliott, they do a good job at fullback as well. And it's good to see Garrett get in there and get a touchdown. Snap, the hold, kick is up. And it is good. So 49-6, Bearcats over the Gators. You got 7:17 left to go here in the ball game. Again, running clock. Only stops for timeouts, injuries, or at the referee's discretion. Atkins is still up 16-7 over Baptist Prep. That's in the third quarter. Looks like they just started the third quarter, that is. Let's see, get you some other scores real quick.
Kicking off for Booneville is going to be number 9, Pablo Ferrer.
Van Buren is up 21-14 at halftime over Salem Springs. Got Mr. Brock May coaching up there. And I think Mr. Brown Slinker, a couple Bearcat graduates. Pablo with the kick. Be fielded at the 10 by Daly. He cuts over to the left-hand side. Got a couple guys over there who can get around, and Mr. Jones is going to tell him no, not today, as he pushes him out of bounds. And got a little extracurricular activity. Daly was mouthing Jones, and Mr. Osborne comes in. He don't like that, and that's going to more likely be against the Cats.
On the return, he's ran out of bounds.
And I'm sure Mr. Doc Crowley's not going to be too happy about this if it's against the Cats. Let's see. Refs really hadn't done nothing yet. Let's see. 5A score. Win is up 28-0 over Brooklyn. Here it is. Unsportsmanlike against Two Rivers. Unsportsmanlike against the Bearcats. So it's offsetting penalties. So the Gators are going to have the ball at the 30-yard line with 4:45 left to go here in the ball game. It's 49-6, Bearcats over the Gators. Again, the Gators, Isaac, they looked real good on special teams tonight. Punting and kick returns, they made something out of nothing. Looked pretty good on the last drive on offense. See what they look like here on this drive. It's going to be a handoff to Moss. He cuts back on the left-hand side. Ball comes out. He's already down, though. I believe that's Mr. Garrick Barr in there on the stop. Jones is going to come in. And Pablo's going in on defense for the Bearcats. Desmond Conley and Ray Splancett comes out. Scantling's going to be, looks like in at safety. Pablo, he's going to be in that corner. And it's going to be handoff to number 10, Noblet right up the middle. Whole slew of Bearcats in there. I think Osborne's going to be on the bottom. Brendan Dove coming out from that area. And Sims. And Kai Scantling.
Third down from the 32-yard line.
So 3rd and 8 from the, where they got that? 32-yard line, 33, with 3:05 left to go here in the ball game.
Around 3 minutes. Once again, reminding you that the Bearcats will be right back here next week to play the Denver Littlejohns in another conference game. Harris Dames playing the linebacker over here on this side on 3rd and 8.
And Dunham, he's got pressure at first. Danes, and it's going to, oh. Garrick Barr almost had an interception, just a little over his head. Brings up 4th down. Ferris Danes applying pressure from the outside linebacker spot. Your Booneville Bearcats will be home next week against the Danville Little Johns. Got 2 minutes and 25 seconds left. Got Purple Rain playing in the background. Danville is playing Perryville. I hadn't seen a score on that game tonight. And Paris, they was at Mayflower. Hadn't seen a score on that game either. Again, Atkins, they was up 16-7 over Baptist Prep. That's being played at Little Rock.
It'll be 4th and 23 for the Gators.
Be 4th and 23 from the 17. And got 1 minute and 35 seconds left to go in the ball game. It's 49-6, Bearcats over the Gators. And looks like they're going to go for it. Got a little pass over here to Daly. And Mr. Rice almost got him. Pablo on the stop for the Bearcats. And Mr. Sims, I think, as well.
On the tackle, number 9, Pablo Ferrer.
Pablo getting his, I think that's maybe his 3rd tackle on the year. So Mr. Pablo Ferrer on the stop for the Bearcats. And our buddy Lance Sims. Got 55 seconds left to go here in the ball game.
It'll be a turnover on down. 1st and 10 for the Bearcats. Ball spotted at the 27 of the Gators.
The Gators, they'll be at home next week against Paris. And again, your Booneville Bearcats will be home again next week against the Danville Little Johns. They're playing the Perryville Mustangs. Mr. Tatum comes up under center, victory formation. He's going to take a knee, and that's going to be the final snap of the ball game. So your final score is going to be your Booneville Bearcats 49, Two River Gators 6.
We'd like to thank everybody for coming out tonight.
Give it just a little bit, and I'll get you some stats before we get out of here.
Pick up some trash and help keep our stadium beautiful. Good night.
Mayflower, but I'm sure we'll see all these scores.
Refresh the phone one more time.
Take one more look at Bryant Northside.
And let's see. Well, I'll get my phone refreshing. I'll see if I got a score on the Atkins and Baptist Prep game. It is still 16-7, Atkins over Baptist Prep. That's still on the 3rd. We still don't have a score for the Paris game or the Perryville game. The Gators will be home again next week against the Paris Eagles. The Bearcats will be back here against the Danville Little Johns. All right, time for your stats from the game. The Gators had 32 plays for 12 yards of offense. 25 minutes, time of possession of 47 seconds. 27 rushing attempts for -4 yards. 16 passing yards on 3 of 5. Had 2 turnovers. And the Booneville Bearcats, 21 plays for 359 yards, 22 minutes, and 13 seconds. Again, everything was on the ground for you Bearcats. Dunham, for the Gators, he was 3 of 5 passing for 16 yards. Number 52, Moss, was the leading rusher for the Gators. 6 carries for 11 yards. Number 1, Dominic Daly, had 6 for 9. Number 10, Noblet, he was 10 of -6. And Dunham, 5 of -1. Leading tackler was Moss with 3. And Leonard, he had 2, as well as Gillum and Carter. For you Booneville Bearcats, Brandon Ray, again, he was your leading rusher. He had 3 carries, 108 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Peyton Tatum had 1 carry for 75 yards and a touchdown. Dax Goff had 2 carries for 49 yards. Garrick Barr had 4 carries for 37 yards and a touchdown. Dax Goff also had a touchdown. Cody Elliott had 2 carries for 36 yards. Rylan Ray had 2 carries for 28 yards. Rocky Ross, he had 2 carries for 17 yards. And Desmond Conley, Brooks Herrera, and Trace all had 1 carry. Desmond had 8 yards. Brooks had 4, and Trace had 3. Trace had a big old, what was that? Maybe a 60 or 50 so yard run. Got called back because of holding. And then Skylar Shelton had 1 for -4. Leading tackler for your Bearcats, Cody Elliott with 4. Casey Manson had 3, as well as Mason Goers. Johnny Barnes had 2.5, as well as Dax Goff and Tate Ross. They had 2. That'll do it for us. And Lord willing, we'll see y'all next week. We'll be here against the Danville Little Johns. For Isaac Brown, I'm Zach Austin. And remember, as always, it's a great day to be a Bearcat.